Hey, what's up out there? It's David Duford here at davidduford.com, where I help insurance agents like you become top producers. And today starts our 5-part series on tips to becoming a top producer. So the reason I'm putting these videos together is really to bring together all of the things and aspects and behaviors that top producers that work with me and those that I've interviewed in my history in this business all exhibit to allow them to produce high levels of production. These series of videos will be especially useful to you if you are new or thinking about getting into the insurance business, regardless of what you're selling. And you really want to know what differentiates the top 20% that writes 80% of the volume versus the bottom 80% that very rarely makes it in this business. So what you're going to see in these videos is going to be very useful and right to the point. So let's get started. The first is top producers always use a proper prospecting and lead generation script. I think this is really important. You've got to master not just the product and the process and have support and mentorship to become successful in selling insurance. You've also got to make sure that you've got a lead generation model that has been proven to work and that ultimately, hopefully, can be scaled to a duplicatable amount so that you can derive the kind of income out of this business that you want. So number one part of that is using a scalable lead generation model. I think this is critical. There's a lot of different programs of how to generate leads that can get you in front of people. But the secret to this business of selling insurance is getting a predictable, scalable model that's consistent. And when we say scale, that means not just a shot in the dark. You can generate a couple of leads here and there, but you need a kind of program where every single week you've got new people to talk to about buying insurance from you, because that's how you take this career and make it into a long-term actual career versus some sort of hobby that you would do on the side. Now, other things that people do when it comes to working their leads, some people will work them themselves, others will outsource the activity. And what I have noticed amongst top producers is that you'll see an equal blend of both activities. Take, for example, my annuity trainer, Steven. He used to set his own cold call appointments. I talked him into hiring a professional telemarketer to take over that for a short fee or a small fee. And now he has produced more insurance and more annuity business than he ever has in his entire history, and doesn't have the drudgery of calling on a predictable basis. So all he has to do is simply run appointments. So where there's other producers I've talked to in some of my interview series, as well as in my interviews with top producing agents book, where a lot of agents simply do all the work themselves. They make the phone calls themselves, they set the appointments themselves, and that's how they plan and decide to do it. And it works well for them. But the important point is to be consistent on some level. You've got to always be working to see the people. That is the combined or shared experience between both groups, who outsource and who don't, is they're always fighting to see people on a consistent basis, just like they're always trying to generate leads on a consistent basis, which leads me to the final part here. Not only do you need a scalable lead model, you also need to have one that's consistent, that you can get on a weekly basis. So what we do in final expense, mortgage protection, Medicare supplements, and annuities is set agents up in our program with a consistent weekly lead flow so that they're always seeing people, they're always sitting down, doing fact finding or selling a particular product, however their lead and approach is in the presentation phase, so that they're always doing this on a daily, weekly basis. Now, everybody has swings up and swings down in this business, but where the successful agents succeed is they're always seeing people, and they've got that lead system that puts them in front of those people on a consistent basis. So let's recap. Bottom line, to become a top producer, you've got to have a proper prospecting and lead generation approach. This means you could do your own appointment setting, you can outsource it, all works to some extent. Some are better at it than others, and you just got to kind of figure out what works well for you. But when it comes to the leads, you've got to have a model that's scalable, that's been proven to work, and is consistent. That is really the crux of the insurance business, as it is in all sales, is you've got to have people to see on a consistent basis. If you like this video, I ask that you subscribe and like it, and comment below if you have any questions. And if you're interested in working in my agency and want to find out more about how it works, go to davidduford.com. Click the links at the top to find out more about my agency program, as well as my insurance agent Inner Circle program and the books and programs that I sell to help insurance agents too. My name is David Duford at davidduford.com. We will see you next time. Take care.